Kevi.
What's up, my man? How are you?
Welcome to the green room.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Round one.
Yo, round one. We here?
I'm pretty pumped, pretty excited about it. I've been holding back so many questions because I want to learn as much as I possibly can about you.
Yeah.
But I think a good place to start would be how did we end up on this couch together, right?
Man, it's one of those, like, yeah. And, yeah, just in passing, and you said, hey, and lay here.
I think we were here over here in
Yep.
the Franklin Super Center, Walmart, right? I think we were like closing the doors already.
Yep, doors were closing, man.
They
I
were-
think y'all were ready to go get a bite of food.
Yep,
and,
we were closing up shop, and my colleague Frank, I think he stopped you, right?
Yep. Frank said, you want to see something cool? Brought me in, showed me the studio back there, and I ran into you. And
Yep, and you.
yeah.
I remember. I think in that moment, like I kind of felt like a presence when I had a chance to be you, and I saw some on your shirt too. Prayer is essential.
Prayer is essential, man.
Right. So tell me a little bit about that.
So in the pandemic, you remember when everything shut down, stores shut down, everything just shut down, and they were like, essential workers can only do X, Y, and Z. I said, I'm a believer. I love God. I said, what's essential to the believer? What's connecting the believer to the main line? And that's prayer. So I put that on a hoodie, I put that on a shirt, and that's been like a conversation starter.
It got me going.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I felt a vibe for sure. And I think you said that you had you had just come off tour or something.
Yeah.
Or?
Recently, I just got off tour a couple days ago. So I do schools and the whole nine. We did about 60 schools this year, including last year.
Wow.
And this year, but yeah, do schools, reminding people that they matter and they have value.
And
So,
you go to schools all around the world, or
all across the world. Yep. Meet thousands of people a week.
And what's the message? Like, what's the?
No matter where you come from, no matter how hard life knocks you down, you have purpose and you have value, and you can get back up and keep going. So I do that over and over. And like I was telling you off air, a lot of our mission fields look different. That's my mission field. I remember being 15 and 16, just hungry for hope and hungry for more. And if I can, speak life into that 15, 16-year-old out there that's searching for purpose or trying to understand value, so be it. I don't got to be famous. You don't got to know me, but I want to make sure they know that they're loved and that they matter. So
How did you get involved with that?
a friend named Beacon Light, so I was his DJ going in, and then he kind of stepped out, and I kind of took like one of the lead roles. So.
And where did you just get back from?
So I just got back from Ohio, and then I went to Ohio, and then Indiana, and then Mississippi. Yep. So I've been across the world, man. France, South Africa, Canada. Same message.
Wow.
Same message, man.
And you're going on your own, or you've got a?
I got a crew.
Yeah.
Yep. I got a crew, but yep. We go. I'm the music portion of our unit. So yeah, it's about two of us.
And you guys go to the school, and what is it like? You go into different classrooms, or?
No. So you think of it like a assembly.
Okay.
So the kids come in the gym. We give the message. We include the music. And then at the end of the assembly, I host a free concert for the whole school and the whole community. So, and it's free range to kind of, you want to know why I'm so nice or why I'm so loving is because, faith is a big part of why I do it. So I get to share that after school hours. And you see a lot of impact on the road.
I can imagine being on the road, visiting 60 schools a year.
And we setting up our own equipment. It ain't no like glorified like sound guys. Like that's us. So we feel
doing the whole thing.
Yeah, we feel it.
So what keeps you going?
One of the things that keep me going is if I can get to that one person that is contemplating suicide or contemplating something that will take them off the trajectory of tapping into their purpose, that's a win. I'm good. I don't care if I'm tired.
Yeah,
my body's sore, but like I said, our mission field looks different. It's not about being famous. It's not about, everybody knowing me. It's about the impact. So
you said you do the music side.
Yep.
So music's been a big part of your life?
Music's huge, man. I love music. Yep.
Yeah?
Music is huge. Yep. I'm a producer. I'm an artist. I'm a DJ. Music is in my bloodline, so yeah.
I was going to say, where did it come from?
Yeah.
Where did this passion come from?
I would say my dad and my mom would always keep music going in the house. And
did you grow up here?
No, I'm not from here. I only been in Nashville for 12 months.
Okay.
Yep. So I got a few companies down here that we're kind of talking a bit. I don't know if you know Songhouse.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So Tyler Ward, he's a friend over there at Songhouse. So I write with Songhouse. I ghostwrite for a few of my friends, and I actually wrote some country music for, some country artists too. So
wow,
I'm cool. I know my role. I'm a role player.
Okay.
Yep. So if I gotta not be on the forefront, I'm cool with being behind the scenes too. So, gotta play.
You said you've been around music for generations through the family.
For my whole life. Yep.
Grew up listening to what?
I would say I grew up listening. I like Phil Collins. I'm kind of old, so if we want to go church, I like Fred Hammond. Hip hop, of course, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Everybody grew up on Lil Wayne. Yeah, a few inspirations.
And then, so being an artist, is it mostly country or it's a little bit of everything?
Yeah, for me being an artist is strictly hip hop, but
okay.
I'm a songwriter,
okay.
so songwriting sessions could look like I'm writing for a pop artist today, or a country artist, or a gospel artist. Whatever hat I gotta wear, I'm gonna wear it.
Okay.
Yeah, to get the job done. So.
Yeah, I've heard. I've come across a few kids back in the day that have always been passionate about pursuing music.
Yep.
But a lot of times they're like, I want to do hip hop only.
You can't. Yeah, I mean.
But we try to expose them to different genres, even if it's not their favorite, because you don't want to be turning away those opportunities.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep. So kind of having your hand in, a few genres, kind of not. And the thing about that too, not too many people can go genre from genre to the next genre, just because I don't know. That's not everybody's.
Yeah.
Cup of tea, but
gives you more opportunity.
You more opportunity. Especially somewhere like here, Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee. Super country driven. We live and die by country music down here. Let me connect with a few country artists and songwrite for them. Let them lead. Let them be in the forefront. But how can I serve, and how can I serve to the best of my ability when I'm in those rooms? So that's kind of my cheat code.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
So you show up to a studio.
Yep.
Start
after this, I got a studio session with Songhouse. We're writing for a few artists, pop artists.
So for anyone that is not familiar with that world, like, walk us through it. What's a typical session like?
Song session. So you get in there. You ask an artist, how do you feel today, or what's on your mind, or they tell you, and then you go to work. So if let's say hypothetically a country artist walks in here and he's like, yo, Kevi, can you write a song? First off, how do you feel? And what are a few things that what are a few things that stand out about country music to you that you can give to me and tell me, where I can storytell, and I go from there. And we write a.
So they give you a few key points.
Key points.
And I imagine, like, sometimes it probably comes quick. You're feeling creative in the moment, and then there's probably sometimes that it takes a little bit of time to unpack.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little time, but you got other country artists that you can listen to for inspiration, or there's inspiration out there.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Are you like constantly writing things down on your phone or something?
I voice memo. I'm a voice memo king, bro. Yeah. I voice memo, write everything down. Like, see, this is a song out here. You see how people walking?
I know.
That's a song. Like,
crazy environment that we're in right now,
right?
right?
Yep.
So what was your thoughts when you first saw, you took a right, you were like, what?
When I first seen the Creative Studios in a Walmart, as I'm going to buy bread or whatever, like, it was just like, what? How? This is dope. Say you live in, we kind of do this thing when we write. Say you are something without saying you are that thing. So it's like, say you live in Nashville without saying you live in Nashville. That was the moment I had when I seen the Creative Studios.
Yeah, like, when I was, over a year ago probably now, we were talking about Creative Studios at this location. I kind of got the vibes of similar to like Uber.
Yep.
And how people may have been thinking about Uber before it came out.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
What? That,
it don't make sense.
Right?
Until it makes sense.
Until it makes sense, right?
Yep.
But it takes,
the
creative process. Like they're the game changers, right?
Yep.
The people that can drive this forward.
Yep.
But yeah, so, but it has been incredible already. Yesterday was our grand opening.
The grand opening. How did it go yesterday?
We had, there was all the feels. We had our first challenge, which was basically we had to go out inside the Walmart and capture as many different sounds as possible and see who can come up with the best beat. It was
creative.
It was super fun, but I think what stood out to me is just everyone sitting down at the table, and they were all networking. It was like they were part of their tribe. They found, their people, and that was the moment where it was like, okay.
We own to something.
We're on to something, right? Because we can talk about it for days and days, but to actually be in the moment with the group and see how they react. And then that night we're closing up shop, getting a chance to run into you. I think that's what's been probably the coolest over the last few days. Is just, wow, we are with the people,
happening. It's happening. You with the people, and I think being with the people sets you apart from other people who are trying to do things like this. You're able to shake hands. You're able to say, hey, how are you doing? You out with the people. That goes a long way.
And we're making it accessible, like creativity
Mm-hmm.
accessible, where it's like maybe people have reservations or they're nervous to take that first step. We want to be there to support them and help them as much as possible.
That's it.
Plus, with this, we want to be able to inspire current creatives or the next generation of creatives. So I think getting an opportunity to hear from you and what your experiences have been is super beneficial.
Man, I'm honored to be a part of the platform as you guys are growing and all that stuff. I'm grateful to be here. So thank you.
Glad you're here, man. So I think it'll be important for us to talk a little bit about how you got into music, what your journey's been, right? What you got going on, and then what the hopes are for the future. So
man,
how did things get started for you?
So I was what you call a lunch table rapper at first. So back in high school, middle school, anybody would make a beat on the table. And they say, yo, Kevi.
With the trays or
with the trays.
Yeah, I remember.
Or like the pencil or the pen, and somebody's arm, wrist is bruised up. From
So, oh, yes, the pencil and the pen.
So I come from that, like, time. I grew my confidence, and a lot of my friends encouraged me to sign up for the talent show.
Okay.
So I was signing up for the talent show, and my mom believed in me.
Were you nervous?
Super
or were you
nervous.
One of those performers where you're like, let's go.
Super nervous. Like those nerves before you go on stage or do anything, you get those jitters. And, for some people, they pass a little gas or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I was super nervous, but I grew my confidence over time. And now I do music full time. But if it didn't start with that lunch table or those just starting, I would have never been at this point.
Are you still connected and friends with some of those kids from back in the day?
Yep. I am. I'm gonna put a documentary together and kind of have my friends tell stories about. I was little Kevi. I'm big Kevi now.
That's for sure.
Family, kid, and all that. Yeah.
So started in high school.
Yep, in middle school.
Middle school.
Yep.
Doing some performances there, and then what happened after that?
After that, I went off to college. I was a basketball player in school, so.
What position?
I was shooting guard and power forward.
Okay.
So I was a little
You
bigger.
got the height for it.
Yeah,
so.
I was a little bigger too than so I went up to Michigan State, tried out for Michigan State, didn't make it. It was promising. It looked super promising. So I ended up going JUCO and then Division II. So in the midst of all that, I still was doing music.
Okay.
So I would do talent shows. I would do open mics.
Yep.
And, man, there was a time where my teachers would let me leave school because they believed in what I was doing to go do a concert.
Oh, those are some cool teachers.
Yep, super cool teachers. Rachel Hammonds, if you ever see this, thank you. Yeah, my professors believed in me early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's where I met my wife. My wife kept me on. She said, Kevi, it's cool you getting all this traction. People are knowing you, but you gotta remember your schoolwork. Mm-hmm. So she would make sure I study, make sure my work was always to the T. And I was like, man, I gotta marry this.
It takes a good woman.
Yeah,
I know that.
I gotta marry this girl, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Same thing happened to me.
Yep. So you know.
Same thing happened to me.
Once you find a good thing, you keep it. You keep it
right away. I mean, it didn't take long for me to say that's the one right there.
Put a ring on it.
Yep.
Start. Yeah.
So you're doing sports. Kept the music going.
Mm-hmm.
Graduate.
Yep. I graduated. Yep.
And what's the next step?
I just tour full time. I make music every day.
But how did that happen? How did you make that connection to where we can go on tour? Or did you just decide?
I was touring while I was a college student.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Basketball season will let out. My teachers will be like, okay, Kevi, if you're going to go to Nashville or go to wherever, we got to have these assignments done and we got to have you testing early or do something.
They were working around the schedule for you.
So my career was growing as I was an active college student. So I didn't get out of college and use my degree or anything. Like I got out of college, like I was doing what I'm doing now in the midst of, so I never had a quote unquote real job, because God, I don't know. Were
you solo?
I was
booking your own gigs? And
at first I was solo, and then I had a friend who needed a DJ. His name is Beacon Light. He lives in Spring Hill, Tennessee, but we all come from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
He invited me to be his DJ. I taught myself these how to DJ. I got a little pointers from this one DJ named Integrity. Gave me a little pointers, and man, I was his DJ at first, and then I would open up with my own personal songs. And sometimes you gotta serve.
Yeah.
Not sometimes. Not sometimes. Half of the time. All the time you have to serve.
Yeah.
And not just take.
Yeah.
So I was cool with just serving. I'm cool with not being the front guy all the time. How can I serve and make you better? Which ultimately would make the whole unit better. So
I completely agree.
Yep.
It sounds like your connection with Beacon is kind of where things started to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys?
That's my big brother, man.
How did you guys meet?
We met at church.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So in Grand Rapids, we have it may sound super foreign, but in Grand Rapids, we have a hip hop church. Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Which is crazy. So people come all across the states to come see our church. And hip hop is our worship. And Beacon, he was one of the worship leaders there. And
wow.
Yeah, he definitely helped me through a lot of tough times and kind of showed me the way. So, man, shout out to Beacon. Shout out to you, bro. You ever watch this, thank you so much for investing in me. Now I get to invest in the world. So
we need to have good people around us like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then we need to be able to pass that on to the next.
That's it.
The next generation.
Yep. Disciples make disciples.
Yep.
Who make
more disciples.
That's it. So kind of throw that out there.
So you just start finding different gig opportunities. Now, coming from the church side of it. Did you find yourself like having to be selective of where you're going, or you said, no, I'm going to go wherever the opportunity is, you know?
Coming from the church side of it, I had to realize that, you know, for all my people of faith, you'll understand this. Like, God is not limited to the four walls. So that's kind of like how I'm able to write pop or country. It's not that I'm moving my morals around or anything. It's the fact that, like, I understand that God can connect with any and everybody. So I don't want to box him and limit him. So I kind of had to push the idea of I'm just going to do church gigs.
Okay,
Especially getting into the schools. You can't go in there and be like, you know, down somebody's throat about faith. Let my life kind of be what I'm trying to tell you. Let me lead by example. How can I love? How can I show grace, mercy, whatever it is? How can I live out the fruits of the Spirit? To the point where you ask me, Kevi, it's something different about you.
Oh, I knew it right away.
Something.
Right away.
And, you know, I can say I'm positive. But it's about what's in me and my faith that stands out and draws a connection.
I felt it right away. So, the moment I met you, it took 2 minutes, I think, where I'm like,
that's it.
Kevi, what are you doing on Tuesday?
That's it, man. And I said, I'm a man of my word. You know, Tuesday I'm not doing nothing. I'll be here 11 a.m. And for all my people, if you want to be on time, always get here 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you're scheduled to do anything. That is a cheat code, and that will make that'll just move mountains, man. And people will love that. You know, we got to test the mics. I got to meet the crew.
The behind the scenes crew got to help out a little bit.
Yeah, shout out to the behind the scenes crew.
And we didn't make it easy with all of the different lighting that's going on right now. So
they got it together, aesthetic, everything. But you know, most artists show up at the time that they're supposed to be there, and that can be for sound check or that can be anything. Show up minutes before, so just for the hiccups.
Yeah.
You know, how can we?
Which there always will be.
Always will be.
Yeah.
Nothing can be too perfect.
So then you start going to different gigs, and then I imagine it starts to build up a little bit more steam.
Yep. Built up a lot of steam. Yep. So I'll say on social media, like Instagram, it's probably like 42,000 people who follow me, and that's over the years of like consistency. Now I built the brand around, you know, schools or being a positive person, but being a positive person. But it's like now people are
imagine
listening.
A lot of the schools, it's like referrals now too.
Yeah, it's referrals. It's word of mouth.
Yeah, it's word of mouth.
Yep. That's how it works. If you can, first impression, man, that's everything, you know. And if people love something, they share. And I read a book called Contagious. People share what they love, you know. If I was to come here and show you an iPad or whatever, and you were so curious about this iPad, and you knew you wanted this iPad, you're going to go to your wife and be like, babe, Keith showed me this iPad.
Yeah. I'll give the whole spiel.
Yeah, it did all these tricks and whatever, because people only share what they love or how that thing made them feel. If it made them feel good, they sharing it. If it made them feel bad too, they sharing it too. But man, you don't want to be on that end of it.
That's one of my favorite quotes. People won't remember what you said. People won't remember what you did.
No.
But they'll remember how you made them feel.
That's it.
It's so true.
Treat people well.
I mean, if you think about your mom or your best friend, like what are the emotions that you have, right? It's a connection. It's an emotional connection.
People care that you care, you know.
So then, have you been going on tour this entire time? And I imagine, like, have you been writing songs? Have you made some albums?
Yep.
Walk us through a little bit about that process, especially for people that haven't gone down this path before.
Yeah.
Like, what what would you say are some of the things that if I could go back and do it a little bit differently, I would have taken this approach, you know?
Yeah, I would say to my aspiring artists out there, people who want to tour isn't for everybody. First and foremost, it's tough on your body. Sometimes, you know, I miss birthdays. I miss super important days, and I have to make up. If I can go back, which I'm kind of implementing now with tour, I do like a week on, because I got a family now. I do a week or two on, and then I'll go home for like a week.
Okay.
Like back then when I was a little younger,
Straight through.
it's straight through. It's like, oh, you just booked me? Okay, let's go. But I would say try to find balance, and remember, you will never have complete balance. You will never have complete balance. It'll always be like a teeter-tot.
What do you mean?
You may have a balance with family, you know, but your business is kind of suffering. So it's like this. How can you try to balance it? It'll never be fully straight because you may be giving the business so much of your time, or your career, or your whatever it is, so much of your time, and your wife is like, baby, we ain't went on a date
in forever.
Or your son or your daughter, they just want to take them to the park.
Yeah.
So artists, if I can give you anything, remember, you'll never have complete balance, but try the best to balance. And that can all be done with communication. Hey, wife, or hey, girlfriend, or hey, boyfriend, whatever it is, I'm going to be gone for a little bit. Hope you understand that I'm doing this for us.
Yeah.
And it's not in vain. So a lot of that stuff,
I think it's everyone in life in general.
Yeah.
It's a balance. And you just got to make sure that you put whatever is the priority in your life first.
They gotta know that they're priority.
And sometimes you got to reset.
You got to reset, bro. That's it, man. Yep.
So you, when it comes to the making the music part, are you going to studios? Are you doing it from home?
Yep.
Like what's been your approach?
I got a studio at home.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got a studio at home, but if I'm writing for somebody, we'll go to like a big studio like We Rock or Black Hills or just wherever they feel comfortable at. And yeah, I'll go to there and write for them. But for my own personal stuff, I'm at home with it, and I'll send it off to Creative Master or whatever. Yep.
And then along with the music side, I've noticed you had the shirt.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the hat too. What you've been working on?
So I have a movement called Cultivate Culture, and Cultivate. If you know anything about farming, you know, in order to grow anything, you got to till the ground. You got to make sure the soil's right. And I'm looking at all these people in here. We all come from different cultures, different backgrounds. Imagine if we cultivated our culture, you know, and came together, how much better we would be. I took the U's out and put V's, because when you cultivate, it's a victory. So we're able to cultivate culture no matter where we're from, and that's one of my messages I push. So
I dig the hat, man. Where can I pick one of those up?
So our website will be open next week, www.cultivateculture.com.
Okay.
I shut the website down during tour season because I want to build up hype.
Oh, okay. Some demand.
Demand.
Some hype.
Yep.
Got it.
So, yeah, you can only get stuff on tour.
So how did the whole brand come into place?
Oh, man, in the pandemic, man, I just want to see everybody come together. You know, it was a lot of stuff going on, but I want to see people love each other. I want to see people embrace each other. So, man, I'm like, how can I do that? And the easiest way to do that, I know for me in my field, is either music or clothing. People wear what they believe. You know, if you see somebody walking, whether it's in the store or the mall, people are wearing what they believe. You know, whether it's a statement that say, I am bold, I am love.
Yeah.
People wear it because they believe it, or prayer is essential.
Mm-hmm.
We wear it because they believe it. So I want to target people through clothing, and yeah, I did that.
And you just, how did you get started? Was it like doing it from the garage?
Man,
what?
I was doing it from an apartment. So there's a company called Superphone. I used their platform to kind of get all my fans on there. So I got like 6,400 of my fans' numbers and emails. I had sold over like 400 plus hoodies from my apartment. So that's me with the heat press.
That's what I'm wondering. And the family's probably getting it. You probably got a whole lot.
Come on, man. Come on.
I bet.
So I got the hoodies this side. I got a small room. I got a heat press. And I got some ink. And I'm pressing all these hoodies. Superphone is like, how is he selling all these hoodies? I'm like, word of mouth, or I got a nice base where I can push it straight to them. So they end up doing a case study on what I was doing. I was selling all my hoodies from my 2-bedroom apartment and making impact. And I ran little to no ads. And then once I start running ads, it's like
game over.
I got to cut it off. I had to cut the ads off.
Because you couldn't keep up with.
I couldn't keep up because it's just me in there.
Yeah.
It's just me pressing the hoodies and now people are asking like, Kevi, where are those prayer is essential hoodies or shirts? That's what I want. I want you to ask. Now I know.
Oh, I'm already demand. Hoping that you got some.
Yep. I know it's in demand. So, yep. Let's do it. I got you this summer. Yep. Nice. Yep. If y'all want it.
What I like about this is it's not that complicated.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just taking that first step and doing it. How did you go about deciding like the look and the font and the style? And
I got to give credit to my wife.
Yeah,
I got to give some credit to her because I gave her a lot of pushback. So I had a design. I showed her the design. She was like, Kevi, that's not the design. You know me, and as men, we're like, that's the one. That can be the first. That can be the first revision.
Yeah,
we're stuck on. That's the one.
Yeah,
I know that's the one. She like, trust me, it's not the one. It looks like it's too animated. So I'm like, it's a couple days go by. We kind of feuding. We kind of bump heads a little bit.
You're a little bit quieter than usual.
I'm quiet. I'm quiet because I'm like, oh, she shut my idea down. And I sent it back to my guy. I said, that's not the one. He sent me back something. It still wasn't the one to her. But to me, it was like the one. We were like, okay, let's use another guy. So I used another guy. His name is Hector Dominguez. And he sent me back one. It was the one.
That was the one.
That was the one. And we ain't looked back since. So
it makes me think about like the creative process.
Yep.
And
something about that process, man.
It's there's an element of it's being vulnerable, right? Because you're showing someone maybe a drawing that you put together, or a piece of art, or a song, and it's like you spent so much time
for them to just be like,
and they could do. It could go either way.
Crazy.
It could be like they can go that route, or they lift you up. So if you're creating something, who do you usually go to when it's the first person you're gonna, to get the opinion, the thought,
For me, man, I go to my grandma because my grandma. My grandma, like, cause
she'll tell you straight up.
She gonna tell me straight up, and she gonna love me through it. Like, I bring some ideas to my wife, but my wife will like, she hit me with the harsh reality of like,
how are you gonna pull it off?
Yeah, how you gonna pull it off? Or I'll let her hear a song and that one part that I wanted her to just be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Or that one design I wanted her to just be like, ooh, that's the one.
You didn't get a reaction.
She missed the whole cue to be like, that's it. So I go to my grandma, but my wife as well, and a few of my homies too. So I got a select few people because you gotta because in a sense this creation process and when you bring that creation to life, it's your baby.
It's your baby. 100%.
Yeah, and for you to shut my baby down, shut the baby down. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
But so
there's the other part to it too is you can keep tweaking that forever. Mm-hmm. Whatever project, a piece of art or video that you're editing, or I imagine that you can continue to tweak it forever.
Yep.
And I guarantee when you hear a song, a lot of people might not notice, but there's probably bits of that song you're like, oh, I should have done this a little bit differently. But it's already out there.
It's already out there.
So how do you just put the pencils down, like stop when it's time to, you know?
Man.
Or is it deadlines? You're given a deadline and...
I give myself super deadlines. And I realized early on that perfection is overrated. So if a song is coming out and I've already produced it, or man, let's give that song to the people. Let's not babysit a song forever. Give it to the people, man. I can't die with all this music. Let me just give you some where you pay, some free, whatever it is. I can't die with all this music. So perfection is overrated. I don't overthink my process when it's done. We may look over it a couple more times, but hey, I'm putting that music out. Yep. And I've realized that direct to consumer too. Like before my album comes out on DSPs, I'm going direct to consumer, and my fans can pay whatever they want, $1, $5.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
I'm not just in it for, to be popular, or famous, or whatever. I'm in it to build community around it, and if I build community around it, they help keep the community going. So I'm real big into relational things. And yes, 42,000 people, 6,400 people in my phone. How can I may not shake all their hands, but how can I make them feel like they're on a personal level with me? You can text me. I give all my fans a number, 425-903-3194. Text me right now whenever this comes, and you'll see that I text back.
Wow.
And whenever I'm torn or I have a merch drop, or if it's your birthday, I know your birthday, I'd say happy birthday from Kevi. And imagine an artist you love. Matter of fact,
I can't even imagine.
Who's your favorite artist?
Andre 3000.
That's it.
Grew up with Outkast, skating. It was all on older skate videos. Yeah.
So you own that. Imagine Andre 3000 texts you, personal text, and it's like, yo, bro, I'm at the coffee shop. Pull up. I'm up here for like the next hour. Pull up. Like, how would you feel? That's it.
Like I matter.
Like you matter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm giving to the people. And that's what I feel in my own way sets me apart from the untouchable artists. People want to connect, on your way up, not while you're up. So, yep.
Yeah, I would say that's a big driving force of creative studios is connecting the creative community. Got a little bit, this is day 2, right? Getting a chance to connect with you on day 2.
Man, this is amazing.
But having a chance to see, we had a couple gentlemen that came in yesterday, and they were part of the tech showcase, and they were actually helping to set this up. Never been exposed to the podcast setting and the cameras and all that kind of stuff. So when they left, they were super, super excited that they got a chance to just see the behind the scenes,
This is big. I wonder, do you think you guys ever do like a mini concert in here one day?
Our plan is open mic nights, songwriters nights. The one I'm most excited about is my colleague Frank. We were sitting there, we're trying to think, what are the coolest things that we could possibly do in this space?
Come on.
And we came up with quite a few.
Yeah.
But just like the creative process, like you're going through ideas and sometimes they're not hitting and it's not quite right. And then he said, we should do something analog. Whoa, what? Hold on. What do you mean by that, Frank? What do you think?
Hold on,
Yep.
bro.
What do you think? And he's
Rewind back. You can't just say that.
Exactly. Like that one. What are you thinking? And he said, we should do vinyls. We should do DJing.
Come on.
Okay. We'll call it Created Unplugged.
Come on.
We'll do shirt printing. We'll get the Polaroids out. So on Saturday nights is Unplugged night.
That's
where
it.
we get to bring the community together and enjoy some records.
That's going to be big. That's going to be big. And I'm speaking it now. I say a couple months from now, this platform is going to be out of here. Like, out of here.
from the reactions that I've been seeing with just customers as they walk by, you can tell that they're excited about having a place.
It's a curiosity that it's creating that draws people in. It's well lit, of course, and lighting is a big thing.
Yeah.
Having music as people go. It's just going to be
I think it's also like what is extremely exciting is, again, for creatives that haven't taken the first step.
Yep.
Because they're nervous.
Yep.
They don't think they have the gear or
worried
the equipment.
About who's going to say something.
Precisely. Yep. So being around people that are passionate about the same things and encouraging and uplifting is what I'm super excited about.
Man, it's going to be big, man. We speaking it now. Creative Studios is going to be on a whole nother level.
Even with the Walmart staff.
Yep. Walmart.
One of my favorite parts was...
they're coming in.
Oh, so as we're getting ready to open up, you're walking in, getting your coffee, and had a chance to meet one of the ladies here, elderly ladies, Mimi. She is Mimi. She's going to be the Mimi of this spot.
She's the Mimi.
But every single morning I walk by, and I'm in thinking mode, right?
Yeah.
She always makes the effort to say good morning with a super cheerful, right? And it sets the
goes
tone.
A long way.
So the whole time she was asking, when are you guys opening? Because there was a sign here, right? When are you guys opening? What is it going to be? What is it going to be? And then on Saturday and Sunday, we said, all right, Walmart staff here. We want to reserve this time, just give you all an opportunity to come and see the place. So I'm walking up to the front, and I see her standing out front, and I look at her, I'm like, oh, is this is the time? You get a chance now? So I gave Mimi
probably lit up.
Oh, she was so happy. I gave her a personalized VIP tour of the whole spot. And during it, she's like, I love music.
Yeah.
And she got a chance to hear the man, Chris Rodriguez, perform back there. So
come on,
she was, dancing.
You made her whole year. Like, you made her just, it's a little thing.
It's the little things. And she said, I would love to make a song to Amazing Grace. And I said, we're gonna
make it happen back there in the
Yeah.
Come on.
We're gonna make it happen.
Mimi, we got you, girl.
There you go. Exactly. So what I'm curious to know is now then, what's on the horizon for you? What are you working on?
Album, still trying to figure out the Nashville scene. Like I said, I'm going on a year being here.
How did you end up in Nashville? How did that transition happen?
My wife works at the bank, one of the banks here.
Okay.
And she got a promotion. And
opportunity presented itself.
Yep, opportunity presented, and she took it. And I'm like, let's just go. I'm more of like the
free bird.
Yeah, the free bird, like entrepreneur. Yeah, so we went. I got a few friends here, and so right now I'm kind of like into the sync music side of things too. So I'm just throwing darts, man, seeing what works. I have my thing, but it's adjusting to a new thing is what I'm doing.
So you're traveling still on tour with the high schools at the same time.
During the school year. But school year is done now, so it's like, all right, I'm more free to write. I'm more free to do things like this or,
Have you started to make some connections?
I made a lot, yeah. You would have thought I've been here for a few years now. Yep. I met a lot of people.
So you moved to Nashville.
On a leap of faith.
And how do you go about networking and connecting with people in the industry?
I think, so my granny, she, years ago, as I was a kid, she named me Sunshine. And y'all probably going to laugh here on the pod, but Sunshine, oh, shoot. Somebody still.
It's part of the woman. That could be a beat next week.
Yeah, that could be a beat. So my grandma named me Sunshine, and I said, Granny, why did you name me that name? Like, I can't be cool around my friends with the name Sunshine. Like, I just can't be tough. Like, she said, no matter where you go, the light that God has placed in your heart will shine bright. And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. So wherever I go, I just try to be the best. And I try to shine that light that's already in me. I know everything is already orchestrated. Everything is going to happen. I just have to show up. So with me being in Nashville, knowing little to no people. It's just me showing up, me going to sessions, me showing up, me coming here, just showing up. My word is all I have. But the light in me, just being here, prayerfully and hopefully it shines. And word of mouth just kind of goes and goes and goes. So
that line, just show up,
just show
was
up.
a major part of our opening with one of our podcasts. We were talking about Kylie Jean's background, and she was sharing a message with me about how she just showed up. And I said, I'm stealing that one, wrote it down. So the fact that you're saying that right now,
she's a believer
same level.
Yeah.
And then we just showing up to be here for the opening of Creative Studios. Sure. There was a gentleman that I met outside, a younger guy, and he was sitting out front. You could see he was waiting there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I went out there, had a chance to talk to him for a little bit, and he's like, "Are you guys hiring? Looking for a job?" I opened my phone to my notes, and the note that pops up says at the top, "Just show up." And I said to him, "Hey,
just show up.
You just showed up.
You
just showed up. You're going to put your information right below where it says just show up." So,
that's like he's in the queue. He don't know what's going to happen, but him just
100%.
Come on. Closed mouths don't get fed too. So
that's true.
You got to, they say the whole faith without works is dead. You have to work at that faith, but yeah, that's a whole nother. But
so, what's on the horizon? What are you working towards?
Just want people to know that they are loved, they matter, and as I'm here in Nashville, I'm in new scenery, new rooms. Not looking for nothing but to make an impact wherever I go. So and I wanna hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully, I want my life to inspire others out there to just show up, be bold, and understand that the process sometimes doesn't make sense and isn't always beautiful.
And or what you expected.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. Just show up. That's it. That's the message. Show up and know that you have purpose, man. If you don't remember nothing from this pod, remember you have purpose, and remember that you were called to do something. You'll figure it out in the midst, but you were called to do something. Tap into that and lean into that, and people will gravitate to that. And that will create other opportunities, whether that's financial, whether that's an opportunity for you to mentor somebody else. Just show up, find your purpose, figure out ways to even tap into your purpose. That's a whole nother. Surround yourself around like-minded people and go. So
if we wanted to check out your music, what you've been working on, where do we go?
You can find me on all DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify, Kevi Morse, Kevi.
Kevi Morse.
Morse is in Morse code.
Okay.
Yeah, Morse, Kevi Morse. And hope when you listen to the songs, you get inspired and know that you can and know that you have purpose and value. So,
Kevi, I am extremely grateful that I had an opportunity to meet with you.
Likewise.
I'm extremely grateful that you were part of the Green Room podcast, episode 1.
Yep.
You've got a good heart.
Thank you.
You're
You
spreading
as well.
a good message, and we wish you nothing but the greatest amount of success.
Man, thank you, bro.
What you got is going on in the future. We got a lot of events taking place here at Creative Studios, so we would hope that you can show up when you're not on the road.
I'm gonna pop in. I live a little down the road, about maybe like 5 minutes away. I'll pop in here and there, say what's up. But what you guys are doing here is going to make an impact, not only in the community, but I feel like people from around the world are gonna come here. So.
Love it.
Yeah, so
love it.
Y'all
Thank
keep
you
going.
very much for your time.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Keep being a light.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you.